Record.
Please let us know where you're joining from. You can just type it in the chat. Wow, look at everyone arriving. Wendy is here from Pretoria. We've got Suzanne from Toronto. Tara from Cape Town. We've got Heather from Oregon. She's excited to be here. Another Toronto, Monica. Priscilla, you're here from Vic Falls. Devin, you're here from Cape Town. Kangwa from Zambia. Oh, I missed the New Jersey, Carolyn. Vancouver, Lisa. Washington, Rich. Hello, Rich. Vermont, have I said? Holly, welcome. I think I've said already. So exciting seeing all these beautiful faces. Oh, Janet's also from Vancouver. I think we can start in a minute. Last few
appearances. Mrs. Bouquet.
Attending it on a Saturday. What Zoom meetings on a Saturday?
President.
The first question you asked was the wrong question, but yeah.
I say, what's the first one?
First question.
Yeah, what did I ask? It's wrong.
Wait, what is
Attending on a Saturday.
ask to mute. Okay, beautiful. I think
I see Debbie Jonas in an airport in Johannesburg. Thank you for joining.
Amazing.
Sure.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Should we start? I think it's time. think it's time. So welcome everyone to Creative Expressions Launch Party 2025. It's so wonderful to have everyone here. Actually really incredible. Some of you are waking up. Some of us, the sun is going down. I'm speaking to you from Cape Town, South Africa. And my name is Lisa, and I'll be your host for this evening, alongside a few storytellers and Priscilla, who I'll introduce in a moment, but you probably all know her if you're on the call. So we'll just start with some housekeeping before we go. We really have so many people from all over the world. It's really quite something. So we can put the housekeeping slide up, possible.
It's on.
Oh, how come I don't see it? Am I the... is everyone seeing a housekeeping slide and not me? No. There we go. Alrighty. So, general Zoom housekeeping. I'll just quickly go through it. So please mute yourself to avoid background noise. We don't really want to be hearing what's happening in your kitchen conversation. I mean, maybe we do, but rather just mute. We rather hear the stories. You're welcome to keep your camera on or off, but it's nice to see your face if it is on. And just feel free to light up that chat with your comments, your emojis. After each stories, it really encourages the storytellers. It gets you involved, gets us all feeling good. We will have a question and answer session at the end, a short one. So if you do have anything that you say, then please bring it in at the end. You can just raise your hand, and the chat and this conversation today is being recorded, and it will be available on our website if you want to send it to anyone or you want to see it afterwards. And that's our housekeeping for today. And I think then I will introduce Priscilla as our next point on the agenda. So Priscilla Plummer, she's the founder of GSGC, and she is gonna introduce creative expressions and tell us a little bit about what to expect. Over to you, Priscilla.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for taking time to be here. I think you will be inspired, not just by the stories today, but this contest. And in a world of a lot of swirl out there, it's a magical place to kind of enter into. So thank you. And we hold these gatherings so that those connected with the Giving Circle from in other lands can feel part of it. You can feel like you're close to the work. And we want to always build a sense of community. And these gatherings like this, they help provide great empowerment opportunities for the youth and the mentors. So today's gathering is going to be focused on creative expressions, one of my all-time favorite things that the Giving Circle helps to host. And so today you're going to learn a little bit more about creative expressions and how it fits into what we do. And the main thing today is you're going to hear from 2 youth and a mentor. And I won't need to say much because it's their stories that are going to help you to understand what this is, how meaningful this is. So, and then let's see, and then we're going to finish off by helping you understand how the contest works. And then we're opening it up. It's the launches today. The kids are so excited, and we hope that you'll enjoy going in there and seeing what they've done, and then you'll tell others. So let's go to the next slide. While we're doing that, I'll let you know this is in its 7th year. This was started by Wendy Berger, who for years has been my right-hand person. And she had this inspiration. And oh my God, thank you, Wendy. How cool is this? I think one of the things that's so special about this, it's so empowering for the youth. And from everything we hear, people so enjoy voting. So it's really been a wonderful thing. And this provides a showcase for our youth to get out there, to learn about their skills, and their talents, and then to get exposure. And I feel truly blessed. I get to see the impact firsthand. And I think today, by the stories you'll hear, that you'll see how powerful that can be. This has also become an annual fundraising tool, and that helps us keep this mentorship going, which is having tremendous impact. And I think most of you know that. Just give us a call if you want to know more. And I think you'll see with the stories today. What happens with the creative expressions is that we have like 40 some clubs in Zambia and Zimbabwe, and there's a date where it launches in the clubs. All these kids get to give it a go on various categories, and the mentors are there to help them on this journey. And this journey is where so much empowerment happens, and you'll hear about that soon. But what happens is each club chooses their top contenders, and then they come into the semifinals. And we had 70 entries in the semifinals this year. And we had an amazing group of judges. We had 30 some judges from around the world coming in and supporting this. And so the exposure for the kids and the fun, the enjoyment, the upliftment for the judges. And you'll see soon, hopefully as a voter, of what this does. So, and then the next slide, what we really do is I think I'm not going to say much here, because in the stories, you're going to hear about the impact this has. There really are no words that I can add. It's for you to hear direct from them. And today, just know that this is a first time for these guys to get on a call like this and present. So this is huge. Thank you for showing up to listen and support this. And I'm excited, so excited about this. And I'm going to hand this over to Lisa, who's been helping to coordinate these stories. And get ready. Here we go.
Thank you, Priscilla. Thank you. Thank you. I am very excited to introduce you to Kangwa, who is a mentor at, he's a mentor from Friends of Change Boys Club. So I met Kangwa a couple of weeks ago online, of course, and he really, really inspired me by his story about creativity in general in his life, and the way that he brings this to the clubs. And you'll hear from him now just how creative expressions impacts all the young people in his club. I actually it was like my first real experience of GSGC. last year for the Creative Expressions launch party, I was working with his sister, Sunga, and she's online. I think I saw her here. She's probably online. I don't know if, yeah, she's somewhere there. And I heard her story about a young person who was really impacted by Creative Expressions and how his confidence grew. And maybe some of you remember, he had this hat on, and then eventually he took it off. And everyone was so wowed by his beauty and confidence. And he stood up so much taller and just the way that she shared that story was so beautiful. And I'm so privileged to have worked with Kangwa and to hear his story today. And over to you, Kangwa. I muted you, and now you need to be unmuted. You can unmute yourself. Let me just see. There we go.
Okay. Thank you so much, Lisa. Hello, everyone. Excited to be here to be sharing my story about creativity and just the work that we've been doing with the foundation, the boys and the girls. So to start with, I'll introduce myself. So my name is Kangwa Yombwe, and I'm a visual artist. I must say, with a passion that has been nurtured since childhood. Growing up for me in an artistic family, with my parents, both being artists, they made it easy for me to stick to my creative side until, I grew up as an artist. When I finished my secondary school, I pursued art as a career. I did my teaching methodology and became, a qualified art teacher. And I've had the privilege to work with a number of schools. And I'm currently with Tongabeze Trust School. And also had the privilege to just work with young boys and girls that share the same love and passion for art or creativity in general. So in 2019, I started working with a group of young boys. And today that group is now known as Friends of Change Foundation. And during our time, we've also had the privilege to work with the girls side by side, rather with the Girls Club. And I must say it has been an incredible journey working side by side with the girls. And our highlight is usually the combined creative sessions that we usually have with the Girls Club. So as clubs, we explore different topics, some around psychosocial skills. We look at different things like problem solving with the boys and girls. We look at different topics like maybe hygiene, self-awareness, menstrual hygiene, and the like. And usually from the way we work, every last Saturday of the month is dedicated towards creativity. So if, for instance, maybe that month we've been looking at maybe menstrual hygiene, the whole month, the last Saturday of the month, every child gets creative in those lines. And that has helped them to also come up with meaningful work, which is kind of exciting, which is very exciting to see. And in the process, I think the kids get to inspire each other. They get to share materials. They get to share ideas. And what excites me about this working way is, for instance, when we started talking about menstrual hygiene with both the boys and the girls, also considering the other year's theme that talked about making menstruation a normal factor of life, it was a bit challenging for us in the sense that looking at our cultural background, where such topics are usually not explored publicly because they're regarded as a taboo to be publicly spoken about. But the interesting thing with us was usually on the last Saturday of the month, when we get creative with the topics that we've been doing, you would find that those that are good with poems, they would write a poem about on the same topic. Those that are good in drawing, they would, do drawings or do works within the same subject. And every time you asked either a boy or a girl to say, can they talk about the work that they did, they confidently stood up and, shared the work around that topic. and they didn't even regard, the stigma that's around this topic. I would say as a mentor, maybe because, looking at it from a creative point of view, they were proud to share their creativity, and not regard the fact that, people look at this subject in any particular way. And that is, like one way in which working with the boys and the girls around creativity, becomes very exciting. And talking about the creative contest itself, for us, the creative contest is, as a club, it is really a big deal. It is an exciting thing every time the creative contest comes about. So whenever the announcement is made about a creative contest, when we get back to the club, for us, it's like, a drum roll moment, it's creative time. So, and everybody's excited. I must say, even just the numbers within the clubs, you would notice that even some that, weren't so sure within that month, they could have come a few times and not show up. But whenever it's creative contest time, you'd see that the classes are usually very, very full. So for us, we sit everybody in one room, and either myself or if it's Sunga, someone comes up and say, guys, guess what? It's creative contest, and everybody goes like, woo! And it's such an exciting moment for the boys and the girls. So as we sit, we go through the rules together as a club. We just make sure everybody understands what they're supposed to do, and it's a very fun moment. And the boys and the girls, they take the creative contest very serious. And in this year's creative contest, one of our alumni, by the name of Tukuza, she's currently in Lusaka. That's like 7 hours away from Livingston, like miles away in another town. But when she heard that it was time for the creative contest, she was able to, send in her work from a whole different town just so she could be part of the creative contest. And that just shows how serious the boys and the girls look at the creative contest. And last year we had a very amazing experience with one of the girls. So we had this girl by the name of Farai, I think 15 years old, and at the time she was in grade 11. So Farai, she was in grade 11 at St. Mary's, and Farai stays with like the mom and dad, and I believe she's the second born in the family of 4. So when she joined the club, she was a little shy. You could notice her, but she was very reserved. So I remember this one time when we were preparing for the creative contest, because whenever we have a creative contest, we advise all the club members to come in one space, and then everybody gets to work together. So I remember just a Saturday before the submission day, she came to the club, and as the friends were working, I noticed that she wasn't working. And she would move from friend to friend, looking at what her friends were doing. So when I called her, I said, Farai, why aren't you working? So she said, Mentor Kangwa, I left my work. And I said, why did you leave your work? I don't think I like it so much. I was working on the drawing, but I don't think it came out well. So I said, what do you want to do now? So she said, I think I might just start something new. So in my head, I was like, there's only one Saturday to go, and you've been working on this piece for almost 3 weeks. So I told Farai to say, Farai, you're going to go back home and you're going to get your work. I think, honestly, she thought I was joking. And she said, no, Mentor Kangwa, I can't go back. I said, Farai, you going back, get your work and come back, because everybody is busy. There's no way you're coming here and you've purposely left your work. So she wasn't so pleased, but she went back. And when she returned with the work, she brought it straight to me. And when I looked at the work, I was like, my God. And I said, you know what? A winning piece looks exactly just like your work. I don't think she believed me. Maybe she just thought, as a mentor, it's my duty to, just hype her. So, and I just told her to say, do whatever you need to do today, do some final touch-ups and finish the work, do whatever you can do. And so she worked on a few things, and afterwards she handed in the work. And then that work went on to being, a masterpiece that it is. That the work that Farai did went on to win the overall Creative Contest 2024 competition. Not just a category win, but an overall piece. And this is the work that, she didn't want to hand in because she thought it wasn't good enough. And from Farai's experience as a mentor, I looked at my personal experience and I was able to insist on Farai getting her work because I've had similar experiences where I feel like I've been working on a particular piece and I've done several other pieces, and I feel like this work has been in the studio for some time and maybe it's not speaking to me. And I told myself to say, I think maybe the coming week, I'm going to prime over this work and, rub it off and do another work. And have had, maybe twice or three times have somebody walk in the studio and look at that same piece that I plan on, erasing and be like, that's an amazing piece. And they tell you how they relate to that piece. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then maybe, and they buy the piece. So that experience, that personal experience, enabled me to insist on Farai getting her work, despite hearing that she didn't like the work. And it just reminds me on why they say beauty and art is like very subjective. And looking at now Farai's work, that went on to even becoming the overall piece that won the whole category, the whole competition 2024. And during the prize giving, we invited, their parents. And I remember Farai sharing a very heartfelt story about, the importance of having mentors in one's life. And she, with a smile on her face, she talked about how sad she was when I actually sent her back. She wasn't so pleased, but she was so excited as, when the announcement came and she was the overall winner. And I remember she came with the mom. They were so excited. And she talked about the importance of having mentors and how sometimes people that are ahead of us, like mentors or ahead of them as mentors, they're able to see something that, the mentees might not see. Could be, nurturing a gift, potential that one has. And as a mentor, I must say it brings so much joy to see the children that you're working with just grow and, thrive, becoming, confident, becoming proud of their achievements. I think it brings so much joy. And I must say that the Creative Contest provides that platform. And that's the reason why for us, or for us as a club, or personally as a mentor, I must say my primary focus is not on who wins next whenever the Creative Contest comes on, but it's about every child participating, because I know that by them participating, it brings out the best in them. As they sit together, try and work together, share ideas, they're tapping into this inner energy. There's so much work that you see, whether it's from painting, it's from drawing, those that write poems, the dances, the music. Whenever they know that they're in one space and working towards a Creative Contest, there's so much greatness, so much great works that you see. And for me, just the Creative Contest itself, without even knowing who wins and who doesn't, it's a big thing just to know that every child is participating. So I would tell you to say, I think the Creative Contest is more than a competition. The Creative Contest is a celebration of creativity, and stories, like Farai's, Tukuza, who's far away sending in work, is a testament to how creativity can be used in just shaping the lives of the young boys and girls, and just the light in which they look at creativity. So yeah, thank you so much.
Woohoo! You did it, Kangwa. What a great story. Thank you. That was so inspirational, and just sums it up, I guess. Should we just go home now? I know you are home. Most of us are home. That was just so, yeah. Rich Burke is saying, thank you, I loved it. Thanks, Rich, for that message. Because yeah, what a great story. What did you say? Everyone's like, woohoo, it's creative contest time, and they're like so excited when it comes. And just I'm thinking about the fact that you offer an opportunity every month for your clubs to have a creative space to express themselves and to work through the material that you are offering them around like complex issues, and they can express that creatively. I find that such a gift. I wish I had that growing up. That is just so incredible. Thank you, Kangwa. That was yeah. And also, yeah, beauty and art is subjective, and that's, I guess, why we have so many judges like the public at the moment. That's why we're launching this, so that we can all vote and we can all like have our say on what we think is the best art or beautiful, or what we can have our say as well.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's the way. Thank you, Kangwa.
Thank you for having me as well, Lika. Thank you.
Thank you. So our next storyteller, I know, in fact, now we're full of story and we've got two more. So our next storytellers actually are Ayibongwe and her mom, Mrs. Itai Moyo. So I had the incredible honor of having a Zoom conversation with them a couple of weeks ago, because whoever I've asked about who has a story to tell, and I'm kind of finding stories about the incredible work that's happening with GSGC, and Ayibongwe's name has come up multiple times. Whoever goes into the fields, far into Dete, in Zimbabwe, mentions Ayibongwe's name, because she has a huge impact on so many people in her way that she is confident and she speaks and she holds herself, and she's really young. She's I think she's now 12 years old. She'll introduce herself to you now. So I had a little conversation with her about a couple of weeks ago, and I just recorded it, and you're going to see the little video of it. She's not going to be live tonight, and her mom is going to give the backstory of the impact of Ayibongwe's winning the creative expressions not once but twice, and how that happened, and what that means for her as a mother and just being part of the club. You'll hear, I don't need to give it away. So here is the video. Jen, the sound is muted. We can't hear the sound.
Oh, my name is Itai Moyo. I'm Ayibongwe Shelley Moyo's mother. She's 12 this year. So I think at around the age of 9, that's when she joined Tikobane Girls Club. It is through this other day when she says Tikobane went to their school. They gave them a talk. They told them there's something that's called creative activity. So they were looking for your children that are interested with talents that can do something. Can it be a poem? Can it be dancing? Anything that they can showcase. So she says she didn't take it immediately when they were addressing them. She was hesitant to take it. So when she came home, I was like, Mommy, do you think I can do a poem? I was like, poem? What is it for? Then she told me the story. Chikobane has got a club and they're saying we can showcase our talent. And I thought of something I can do. I couldn't find something. Do you think you can help me do something? And I was like, let's try a poem. Since you don't know your talents yet, you have not figured out what you can do best. Let's try a poem. I will just write, I think it was 3, if not 4 sentences. I'll just give you an introduction of a poem, and you are going to put more flesh to it if you like it. And then she was okay, that's fine. So I wrote here a poem, an introduction to the poem about school. That was the first poem that she competed with. It was about school. I wrote those 4 lines. Like, okay, let me go. So she went to the club. That's when she met Ndlela. Ndlela read the 4 lines and looked like he was interested. This poem sounds nice. So the 2 of them did it flesh. I was not part of it. It was her and the mentors that added flesh to it, and then she raised it. I remember the day Ndlela came to ask for permission to record here. I was like, you can try. Although I was not sure. After it was posted, one of the mentors, Tembeli Lamin, she meets me on the road the other day and she's like, I was checking on the progress of the vote casting. And it looks like your daughter is getting it. I was like, really? How? Like, do you want me to show you? And then she opened it. She showed me how it was progressing. And she looked like she was the first with a lot of votes. And I was like, really? Okay. I didn't put it in mind. I just let it go. And then finally, when the votes were closed, she came home. Tembelite, one of the mentors, she came home to say, congratulations. We're just watching this. We opened it and looks like Iwongo got it. She beat everyone in the clubs that they were competing. I was shocked. I don't want to lie. I was shocked. And then there's a link that you can watch them. That's when I opened it. That was my first time to listen to her performing. So I used the link. I opened. I was shocked. I was like, is this my daughter? So that's when Leila came to just say, congratulations, she did well, this and that. And I asked him, how did you do it? He told me how they got through from the first day they met, how he mentored here until they recorded, how they did all the process. So this is how she realized she had a talent in public speaking. So from there, this is now when she started doing public speaking, even at school. She even went for spelling bee competitions that were at Victoria Falls. It was a provincial competition, I think. So whilst they were there, that's when I received a message from the teacher to say, all of my students are knocked out. I'm left with Ibongwe. Please pray for her. And I was like, oh, okay. I was shocked, of course. Took some time to have a deep breath to say, really? My daughter is doing well like this? And then later, that's when she sent a message to say, congratulations, she did well up to the semi-finals. That's when they gave her a very hard word and she was knocked out, but at least I was there until the semi-finals as a school. So she represented the school in the spelling bee. So I think as parents, we are usually reluctant to allow our children to join such programs. We think they don't help, but it is through this program that my daughter gained her self-esteem. This is how she was sure that I am good at public speaking. And she even started competing for the school. She's in the quiz, she's public speaking, poems, etc. When there are functions, they give yes, sometimes maybe to give a small speech, may of an appreciation maybe for the guest of honor, things like those. So I was just thinking to say, if I had not allowed if I had said, it has nothing to do with schoolwork, like, well, this is the mentality that our community has. They think other things are not important. What we can prioritize is schoolwork, as in at school. So I can see that maybe a lot of children loses it there. They cannot identify their talents because of lack of exposure. So it was good for her to be exposed, and now she knows she's talented in public speaking and she's doing well with it. I think what I noticed is it was actually like maybe a norm, like our culture. What we took serious was schooling, as in going to school, not like projects like these to say they can give exposure to our children. So most of the people are reluctant to take their children to join such projects like this. We think schooling, going to class is the best. This is where children can learn. This is where they can gain experience, etc. But with Yombwe, the exposure she got at Tikovane made her to excel even at school. This is how she got to know that she had a talent in public speaking. She would never have known it because at school, there are many, and to identify her in maybe a class of about 40-something students, it would have been hard for the teachers. But because Tikovane works with children around the community and they can talk to them each and every time, at least there are not that many like at school. So it was easy for them to identify what she needs to do and how she can cultivate her talent, and maybe giving her that opportunity to try it out, to compete in the southern region was the best opportunity that she got, and it yielded. And her winning, her self-esteem was boosted. She was like, yes, I can do it. The fact that she won, she was like, I can do it. And from today, I'm not stopping. So this is how she never stopped. If only parents and the whole community would realize that. So I think it was good for that opportunity to come. And it was at the right time because she was 9 by then. And when they are that age, you can catch them very well. And that's when you can identify exactly who she is and the talents she has that are embedded in her.
Hello guys, how are you? Linjani. My name is Ivan Wesheli Moyo. I live in Zimbabwe, basically in Wange, in Zimbabwe, you see. I'm 12 years old. I'm just 12 years old. Through this club showed me that what I can do best is public speaking, because I don't get shy if I'm like presenting in front of a lot of people. I don't get shy. Like, I'm very confident. So this club showed me that I'm all about public speaking. I'm all about poems. I'm all about public speaking. That's my gift. If I enter the creative expression contest, I express myself through public speaking. They record me, so many people see my video. So it helps my gift. Yes, I found out that I was winning through my 2 mentors. They're the ones who told me that, I'm the highest, but they're still voting. So from there on, I was just like, I'm winning. I'm taking this. Like, yeah. Actually, it was all because of my mentors. I didn't trust myself first, but then my mentors, they kept on encouraging me, telling me that I should trust myself. I know that I'm gonna win. They were encouraging me. That's why I just, like, my confidence, it just came and washed over me, just like that.
I hope everyone else is smiling. I can see some smiles, just like me. I have to say that chatting to these two beautiful humans, really, I felt every time I spoke to them, I felt just uplifted and encouraged and just inspired by this work that GSGC is doing. I was like, yeah, and just, yeah, my heart really felt like it's opened after talking to them. So I hope you got a little taste of that, even though it wasn't live. I hope you got a little essence of that. She said, Aibongo's mom, she said, Aibongo said, I can do it and no one is stopping me now. I thought that was so wonderful. And Aibongo said at the end, my confidence is just washing over me. Isn't that just so beautiful, that phrase? Like being washed by confidence. Give me some of that. You know, we all need a little bit of washing with confidence. It's so, and just to know that having a mentor and just this work really offers that to these kids. It's really very beautiful. And now finally, Nobile has been waiting so patiently. And this young man is just, yeah, you'll hear his story. Just from the moment meeting him has been an absolute joy. And I've loved working with him and his story and to find an angle. Many of you who have been involved with creative expressions over the years would recognize his face and the way that he speaks. And here he is gonna tell you his story about being involved with creative expressions over the years and what that's been like. Nobile Mabena, welcome.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Nobile Mabena. As you can see today, I'm at Mr. Nika's homestead. It's really cool. I've got lights, good internet connection. It's really amazing. The fan is here. It's warm and cold. It's just prizzling. It's amazing. Thank you so much. I feel greatly honored to be in this platform today. Thank you so much to actually meet the greatest inspiration of all times. I'm Nobile Mabena, as Miss Lisa said. I'm from a small village called Kangwa Yombwe in Victoria Falls, Zimbabwe. I live with my grandmother and my other two siblings. Yeah, that's me, and I'm currently in college doing learners professional hunting and guiding. That's what I'm doing. When I was 14, that's the time when I was starting my secondary school at a nearby school in Sizinda Secondary School. I went there to start my secondary school. You know, the learning background of the school, how it is like. One day, just out of the blue, came men unknown that we didn't know. And he came to our class and he introduced himself. Mina nying'unyika miyambo ngihlala khonapha eMonde. Mfuna ukuthi ngizolitshela ngokusisonke. That literally translates that he is Nyika Miyambo from Monde, the local village, and he wants us to join Sisonke. But my mind wasn't there. Well, he talked about Sisonke background, how they do things and stuff. But it was about learning. And now I'm feeling so much pressure because I'm also learning at school. Then I have to learn again on Saturday. That wasn't for me. But at that moment, he said, after learning, we're going to have some food. I paused in my mind. What? We're going to have some food? I jumped quickly to sign in to be part of Sisonke. And from that day, I became part of Sisonke, where we learned so many topics at Sisonke. One of them was how to behave in our societies, how to treat women and girls, how to respect them, how to become real men, men who's against negativity. This was a whole lot of topics that we talked about. What I had envisioned when we were in school, that wasn't Sisonke. Sisonke was much more. So we also learn about this topic, menstruation. It was a new thing for me because I come from a patriarchal society where it is dominated by males. Women are considered less than, and men are considered superior, and it is a sad community. But well, when we talked about it, yeah, I started engaging with the topic. Now, when they introduced the creative expression, we were specializing in. I'm a public speaker. I love public speaking because I've been boosted by Sisonke on my confidence part and also standing in front of people. So I said I'll get into the creative expression. I'll try. But for me, for the first time, is that it was all about that $100, the overall winning. That was for me because I wanted to win. Guess what? I entered the first time I took part in the creative expression. What happened? I didn't win. I entered for the second time with the help of the mentors pushing me. We believe in you. You can do it. It doesn't matter whether you failed, but you can do it. I entered for the second time, the second year. Guess what? I didn't do it. I kept on pushing. The mentors, those words, believing in me. We believe in you, Mobile. You can do it. I went for the third time, and then I took part in the creative expression. I also discovered some of the errors that I was doing in past 2 years. But I went on, and then I did a speech again. And guess what? I didn't win. It was a sad story. I stopped believing in myself. For a moment, I said, this is not for me. But now when the mentors came in, I saw the work of the mentors. They said, you know what? You can do it. You can do much better than this. We believe it. Those words, they actually built me to a certain aspect of life whereby I started believing in myself. When the fourth time came, I said, I want to do it. First of all, what I did, I identified the problem in the community where I come from. I come from a patriarchal society, and menstruation is a taboo topic. It is stigmatized. So I chose a topic. I wanted to talk about a topic that has been shrouded in secrecy and stigma for too long, and that was menstruation. I wrote my speech. I did this at school. I started practicing at school. I did it in front of the whole school, but the majority that was supporting me, it was girls and female teachers. Male teachers were not supporting me because they come from the same society where menstruation is treated as a taboo topic. But I could see the crowd cheering from women and girls. When I went off the podium, the male teachers said, "You are a woman. How can you talk about something that is shameful?" But the words of the mentors, they came in, kept on building. You can do it. We believe in you. Whether the world says what, you can do it. I kept on and going and going. So when the creative expression came for the fourth time, I took part. I want to talk about this topic. I want to set an example. Now it wasn't about money. It was about breaking taboos and myths surrounding menstruation. I took part in the creative expression. When I took part in the creative expression, guess what? It wasn't easy. I had this friend of mine, Musa, and we're in college together. We wrote together Form 4. And he never took part in the creative expression. But that year he took part. And he's good. His memory is good and catching things. He read a 2-page speech, and within 1 week it was in his head. And I couldn't grasp that. And he was intimidating me. I would tell you it was a bit difficult. When we were practicing, the mentors were there. And now at Sisonke, I had this girl, if you have noticed, Praise. She has been winning the creative expression. She was also there at Sisonke. She is doing public speaking. These are two people that gave me hard times. But now the mentors came in. You can do it. We believe in you. These words coming from the heart, they actually built me. I kept on going and go. I remember preparing for the creative expression. It was busy. We were trying to do it in a certain way, being perfect to get those votes. But at the end, we did it. We recorded. You know, after some week when the voting was coming in, they actually told us about the progress, and they said, you know what, Mobile, you've got 4 votes, and Musa, you've got 6, and Praise, you've got 10. But now they didn't say, you're going to lose. They said, no, we believe in you. You are going to do it. Don't worry about the votes. You're going to do it. I kept on going and going and going. At the last week of voting, guess what? The votes were same. Praise and I had 17 votes. And now that sense of belief was in me that I am going to get that. I am going to win. And when the final week came to introduce who is the 2024 category winner in the creative expression, I remember I still see Mr. Nika in that safe space. He was saying, there is one person who has been in the creative expression for 3 good years. And we are actually happy to say, Nqobile Mabena has won, has come first into the category of the creative expression. I busted out. I don't want to lie to you. I jumped in joy, tears of joy. I hugged my grandmother. They were so proud of me, what I've done there. Tears rolling out. That was an amazing experience. Whew, I have done it. Actually, I have done it. I have done it. Holding that certificate, that $45 US, the crowd cheering. It was an amazing feeling for me. I believed in myself from there. I would say my mentors are my guru. I love my mentors. They are a blessing to me. And it didn't even end there. I remember creative expression opened doors for me. One day at the school, we were selected to take part at Rose of Charity. There was an independence party for the children. I went there and presented a speech. And they selected me to go at Chidove on the 18th of April to present a speech in front of 3,000 people with the ministers there to go and present. Guess what? I went there with the words that were built in me. We believe in you. We believe in you. You can do it. I stood in front of 3,000 people without fear, confidence building in because of the mentors. I did that. I saw the crowd cheering. I saw everyone. People hugging me, people giving me dollars, people giving me drinks. That was really amazing. And I felt greatly honored. I would say the creative expression is something else. I don't know how to express, but it has done a lot in my life. As you can see, I'm able to speak with you here. It is because of the creative expression and also the help of the mentors. Anyone who takes part in the creative expression, this is a platform where it reveals who you are. Self-discovery is in this platform. You discover your dreams. You discover who you are. It is an amazing journey to be in the where there is a lot of pressure, but the journey is amazing at the end. And I would say, yeah, I've been blessed. Thank you so much, GSGC, for the work that you're doing, changing lives in the African communities. It is amazing. Girl child can stand, a boy child can stand. We are building one community. We are breaking taboos and myths in the communities. All those taboos that are citing the menstruational part. Now people are supporting each and everyone. And I'd like to say thank you so much this evening. Thank you so much.
Woohoo! My jaw is sore from smiling so much. My smile muscles. Thank you so much for your story. I can see why you do this public speaking thing. Why your mentor saw this talent in you and you just developed it over the years. It's so, yeah, what a story. What a story. Thank you. Really just, it really sums up the impact of the creative expressions and everything. Thank you. What an excellent story. I want to just read to you to give you this encouragement, this incredible. So what a great, let me go from the beginning. Wow, Nkubile, just wow. You rock. You are incredible. Your determination, not giving up, is an inspiration to us all. So proud of you. What a great leader. That was just terrific. So inspirational, amazing. Nobile, well done. Thank you. Uyungqaba. Goosebumps. So amazing. I'm sure there'll be more comments, but I hope you're taking them in and receiving them, because we received so much from your story. So thank you. And well done for
You're welcome.
all the hard work that you put into the story to kind of
You're welcome.
give it to us so generously with your full heart. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So we are at 7 o'clock, everyone. The stories took their time, took what time they needed to take. And so the next part is really just describing how to vote and what this means. So Jenny's going to put in the chat how the link to vote, where you can find out how to get into the incredible website that Wendy and the team have put together. It's like so beautiful. I was going through it earlier and just very cool. And that's where you get to vote. And it's pretty self-explanatory. So I'm not sure. So I think Devon's going to just take you through very simply how to do it quickly if you want to go through that. And then we can take some comments and questions, if just short, if there's time. Well, we can just make time, and whoever wants to stay will stay. If you need to log off, then thank you so much for being here, and just take that link and go vote, because you could see the impact of your votes on these beautiful young people. So go do that. So over to you, Devon.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. I'm sorry, I jumped the gun and started sharing the screen there before. Thank you, everybody. I don't even need to express just how the goosebumps and this is so incredibly wonderful. It's lovely to see so many people joining us on this Creative Expressions launch. I think quite comfortably I can say, being involved with 5 years of them, that this might be the most smooth, stylish, impactful ones that we've managed to get out there. And a lot of that has to do with incredible hard work, dedication from particularly Wendy Berger. She has been incredible in just getting this website together. She's pulled together a team to help great little side stories. There's one of the alumni who are now working with GSGC charity, and she got involved to help get the website ready, and I got involved with the videos. And so yeah, it's a beautiful, what you are all seeing here today, supporters all around the world, is the culmination of great teamwork, and all of it is just beautifully inspired by the impact on the ground, which you've just seen from wonderful storytelling there from Nobile and Kangwa and the crew. So my job now, very quickly, I'm only going to take, I've got 3 minutes and I've already taken up 1.5 minutes, I'm sorry, is to walk you quickly through the website. So this website, as I mentioned, Wendy has led this wonderfully. It is an e-commerce website that's been customized to work for creative expressions. Very innovative, I would say. And we can see the homepage here. It's gone through, it just expresses it very nicely with artwork from previous years. You can see in the background there, that's actually, I think that was actually Farai's artwork. Somebody's microphone is on. If you can, please mute. There we've got our descriptions of what it's all about. I don't need to tell you much more about that. 3 easy steps to vote. You watch, you listen, you view, you choose your favorite ones, and then you donate to vote, to cast your vote. So as this has been highlighted, it is it's a combination of a fundraising campaign as well as a programmatic element of the work. And there it tells you all about the contests. We've got the things that are new for the contest this year. I don't think it's been highlighted highly yet. You can see it on the website. We've had comedy was introduced as a category that you can use for your for one of the categories of performance. New category, totally new category, and this was actually something that was encouraged by Priscilla last year, was to have an innovation invention category. There's some amazing inventions that have come through this year. And then, yeah, also we've allowed collaborative entries for the first time in our 7-year history of creative expressions. And so 2 youth can collaborate. We've got some really nice ones. And then also the alumni, which now Ngobile is one, had a specific, their own little theme, which is if I were a leader. Interesting. All right, and then you go from there and you can see on the next page, the finalists page, you can see it gives just a little breakdown of the theme for this year. The overall theme is the fire within me. That was decided by a group of mentors, which was led by Kangwa to really get together the rules for this year. It speaks about the voting tiers, how the voting works. You can vote for one person or one entry for $35, or 2 for $55, and so on. It goes on. If you can't decide which one you like best and you just feel like, hey, I want to give some love to everybody, you can pick the category that says I love them all. And then from there, you can see it's just broken down quite nicely. You explore your entries, you add it to your cart, and you check out. You can see a bit further down here. That's how you can do the support everybody. And then you get to your entries at the bottom. And it's all broken down into the categories. We've got our performing arts, our junior categories. We got our senior for performing arts. We got our spoken speech. Girls from Girls Time in Zimbabwe are dominating that one right there. These are finalists, by the way. As Lisa mentioned, we had 70 entries all in all. These are the ones that got through. We got our senior categories. We got our alumni. You guys might recognize that face right there. If you like Ngobile's talk, go and have a listen. I must say, I get goosebumps when I listen to that one, but they are very good. He's got tough competition here up against Marbelle. She has also delivered a beautiful, powerful speech this year. And then we got our spoken poetry, senior and junior, and advanced alumni as well. And you can go all the way through. One thing that's nice this year that Wendy has managed to incorporate in the website, if you hover over, you can see the artwork. So you can see the person's face, and then you can see their artwork. And let's say, cool, I want to now explore Edith. I think this is interesting. I'm going to go, oopsie. I'm going to go in. You can add your vote straight away if you like her just by hovering over. Or if you want to find out more about the entry, you click on the entry. It'll open up that person's page specifically. Here is a bit more information, the club that they're a part of, how old they are. And then down here, there's a description. They give a little bit of a description of the entry, and then the video over there. You play the video, watch what you think. They describe what's happening. And then there is also a transcript underneath that. Interesting one here, say no to drugs. And then once you've finished, you go to your cart up in the top right corner over here. You feel like you've got enough. You've given all the votes you can, and you check out. I think that is it. I'm running out of time. I was going to walk you through and actually go and check out and do the whole thing myself, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory if you like jumping. All right. I think that's me, Lisa. Are we good?
We are really good. That was great. Thank you, Devin. And actually, the website is so simple to use and self-explanatory to go and vote. So can we just take a moment that voting is now open? So go and vote and do that, everyone. And thank you to the judges who have brought the 70 finalists down into their categories. It's incredible, these judges from all different walks of life. Thank you. If you are one of the judges, I highly encourage you to say something in our question and answers, just to comment on what it was like to be part of the experience. I'm sure it gave you a lot, as much as you gave a lot. And yeah, I think this is time for questions. Let me just check my comments, thanks, and questions. So thank you to everyone for being here. And it's no small thing to, I think it's no small thing to take this time to either your morning or your evening to be here. And we see you, we hear you, we believe in you. So thank you for being here. And if anyone wants to say anything, Nobile's face is up on the screen for some reason, on my screen, not sure why. Just letting you know, I'm not sure if it's for everyone, but
no, it's everybody's face that we should see. I was just removing you as a spotlight again there, Elisa. Should see everybody now.
Now you're on the screen for me, maybe not for everyone. So
you've got speaker view.
So it's my view. So if you want to see everyone, then you can go to your gallery view. Yes, okay, there we go. Thank you. Thanks, Devin. And just thank you to Devin and Jenny, who are our comms team, for pulling this whole thing together this evening, this event, all the slides, all the lead up, the social media, the newsletter, the build up. You flippin' amazing humans as well. So thank you. Thank you so much. And anyone want to say anything? You can put it in the comment and I can read it for you, but it would be lovely to hear your voices. If you have questions for any of our storytellers, I'm just offering you up, guys. But or to anyone here, comments, you just raise your hand. I think you can raise your hand and it automatically sometimes raises a hand. No. Yes, George Light is raising his hand. Please unmute yourself, sir, and say what you got to say. Wait. Ask to unmute. Wait, we can't hear you yet. I have asked to unmute. George, can you unmute yourself to say something? Do you want to type it in? For some reason, you're not unmuting. Sorry about that. Maybe we can try work it out. Anyone else want to say anything while George is typing for us, hopefully? Anyone else want to raise a hand? Devin, thank you.
Thank you. I do have a question. I would like to ask a question to Mentor Kangwa. Mentor Kangwa, actually something of a personal hero of mine. I love his approach to mentorship. I've had the privilege to be witness to it for 5 years and how he does it. Kangwa, I'm going to ask you a controversial question. Over the last 5 years, do you have a favorite creative expressions entry?
Ooh, Devin. You can unmute, Kangwa. I'm asking you to unmute.
All right. Well, that's a very tricky question. I've had a lot, but I would say one of my favorites is actually, for some reason, is actually last year's entry. I think from our foundation. I don't know if you have that image, but so Farai did this work that looked like a girl who was unmasking another face. So it had like two faces. So one face was, like a crying face, and the other one was like a smiley face. So, and I loved that entry because of the story behind it. The execution of the skill is also great, but it was a story that was very meaningful. And she went on to talk about how sometimes we hide our true emotions, our true selves, our true feeling, just so that we could fit in with society. But it's okay to be yourself. If you're not okay, it's okay to show that you're not okay. If you're crying in that moment, it's okay for the world to know that you're hating, and it's okay for the world to know that you're happy when you're happy. You don't have to, hide your emotions, wear a mask just to fit in. So there's that smiley face that is, like unmasking, and then you'd see the true emotions behind. I think because of that story, it has been like one of my favorite.
Thanks,
Love-
Devon. Thanks, Kangwa.
I'm gonna just try and share the screen and show that. It is the one at the back. I couldn't find the actual entry. It's on one of the
Yes.
older. That's it at the back, behind the homepage of this year. That's one.
Yes.
Right. Is this the one that Farai won with?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Lovely. Beautiful.
Wow.
Thank you, Con.
The one from the store. Is Farai on this call? I think she's on the call.
Yes, she is. I think I have seen
Point her
Farai.
out or anything.
Yeah, she is. She is on the call.
No pressure to say anything, but we see you and hear you and believe in you. Nobile, you raised your hand. Please, can you unmute? Ask to unmute.
Thank you so much for this wonderful evening. I've actually noticed something. I've actually noticed one of my greatest inspiration when it came to Zimbabwe, Mr. Rich, is my greatest inspiration, and I love this man so much. Yeah, so I noticed him on the camera. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for saying that.
You're welcome.
So you know Rich. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nobile.
Rich, can you wave at him?
Yes, I was trying to raise my hand, and
I
in
knew
that
you were.
moment, I forgot how to do it. Nobly, honestly, I didn't know if you would remember me, but I honestly think about you every day of my life and the impact that you made on me and our family when we were there 3 years ago. I mean, I almost come to tears just thinking about it, but you are an inspiration, and I just can't wait to see what's next for you in your life.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to coming back and seeing you again.
Okay.
Beautiful. Thank you, Rich. Thank you, Nobile. George, you back.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you can hear me now.
Yes, we can. Brilliant.
Good evening, everyone. I may have a couple of interruptions from the children. Yeah, I'm Nobile's uncle. May not appear that way at first glance, but yeah, we're actually from the same village. I'm across the road from him. So I've been in the background of his life for most of his life. And yeah, it's just great to see him grow, great to see him develop. It's been a tricky road. He knows what we've gone through, ups and downs, through youth and everything else. Yeah. But yeah, it's been great to see him grow. And he invited me this evening to just support and be part of it. And yeah, I'm glad to be here and glad to see everything and just glad to see how he's developed and grown. And I'm really proud of him from our perspective, all the work that we've done in the background, and I'm really happy with it. And thank you everyone for everyone, and thank you everyone for everything that you've done as well. Really grateful. And yeah, we're working on a lot of things in the background, slow but sure, and it all come together hopefully.
Wow.
Amazing.
Thank you. Amazing.
Nobile, you are receiving such blessing tonight. Yes?
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much, George, for saying those words. Lovely to have you here. Farai is speaking. She's speaking and she's saying, so humbled mentor Kangwa. Thank you for your words, Farai, and for your beautiful art. So everyone, if there's any last comment or question, this is your chance. Otherwise, we will say our goodbyes and thank yous. It's wonderful. Been a beautiful evening. Thank you so much, everyone. And please go and get onto that website and tell your people to put their votes in. Tell them about the stories you heard and what their vote, how their vote can impact lots and lots of young people in Southern Africa. So we will, thanks to all, thank you to everyone. Priscilla saying thank you to everyone for taking time to hear these stories, what an impact that was. And now time to vote and inspire others to visit the Creative Expressions contest on the website. Thank you. Thanks, Priscilla. Go well, everyone. If you're going to sleep, sleep well. If you're going to celebrate yourself for telling an epic story, you know who you are. Go do that. And those who have a day ahead of you, enjoy your Saturday.
We forgot one thing. Sorry, Lisa. Can we get a group shot? Can everybody turn the cameras on and say hi, just for fun? If you don't feel comfortable, that's totally fine. But if you are willing to, we would love that.
Look at Rachel. Hey.
Hey, Rachel.
Rachel. Caroline is there.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, Prosper.
Caroline, Priscilla's back. So
Okay.
tell us when. Gloria, you there? Yeah,
Mental Gloria is here.
beautiful Gloria.
Hi, everyone.
Okay. And Mental Lunda as well. All right, we've got everybody whose camera's on is gonna 3, and Mental Sunga. Okay, 3, 2, 1, wave. Yeah, creativity.
Creative expression.
Yeah. Yeah. The fire within.
Fire within.
Sunga, your face. That's so nice to see it after so long. Okay, everyone. Good night. Happy day. Bye.
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 Ah.